Just how much difference would a high handicap golfer see from a brand new fitted driver? Let's find out, and let's do it now.
That's the one.
Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. Second of all, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. In today's video, we are talking custom fit drivers, in particular, this one. How are we doing?
Very good, thank you. Yeah.
Good. Are you enjoying your new driver? Because last time we saw you, well not last time we saw you, but a couple of weeks ago, we went down to Titleist to get fitted for this, and now it's arrived.
It has.
So happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
So, have you played with it already?
I've hit it a few times, yeah.
And in fact, I'm just going to cut to you in the garden when it first came, because this is how excited you were.
It's like a child getting a bag of sweets.
Right, now we're back.
Yeah, it's definitely going further. Just got to get used to getting the correct ball height for it and a little bit of positioning to do. But
yeah, so we're going to hit a couple of shots each with both. And the key thing for me really with this Titleist driver, the new TS1, is obviously it's ultra lightweight, it's an ultra lightweight head, it's designed to get the ball launching, but we also now have an ultra lightweight shaft and ultra lightweight grip. Down at the Titleist fitting centre, my dad got fitted into the Fubuki MV Series 45g regular shaft. We have the Tour Standard 360 light grip, which is unbelievably light and thin. And we have a 9.5 degree Titleist TS1 head set on C3. Right, so to start with, we'll go with your old G... was it a G20, did we say?
G20.
Yeah. Nice strike, just clip them a little bit. Now that is your predominant shot, isn't it? That kind of little, yeah. Well, that left to right. Nice. Similar hit, just straighter. That's probably as good as you've got, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should probably mention today we are at the wonderful Wortley Golf Club. This is where I grew up playing and it is in fantastic condition at the moment. So just looking at the strike location of the new TS1, and these black faces do allow you to see that. Maybe a fraction out the toe, but pretty good, isn't it?
Good for me. Right. I mean, what is it there? There's 40 yards?
40 yards there, but it did catch these trees a little bit, didn't it?
I'm usually lucky. A good strike for me is that little oak there.
A little baby tree?
Yeah.
So first hole in the test, and as you can see the G20 did catch a little bit of foliage up there, but I don't think that was going to get all the way up there because that TS1 is absolutely massive. Would you say that that's a lot further than your normal?
Yeah, I would say that's 20 at least 20 yards further than my best shot with the G20.
Okay. Let's hit some more. Then as well, what you've got to think is you're actually gaining distance by hitting the fairway. Obviously, if dispersion's better and you're going to hit straighter golf shots, you're going to hit the fairway is shorter grass, then you're going to get more run as well.
Yeah. This position here is actually a good drive with my G20.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference.
And we've got a bit of distance up there. So you might think this is a strange format for a video where we just kind of hit one shot with each driver off each tee, but for me this is real world testing. This is what people want to see. Once you've been custom fitted for a driver, for me it's vitally important that that driver works where it matters out on the golf course. It doesn't just work at a driving range, doesn't just work on a simulator and produce good trackman numbers. Right, so 18th tee, let's change it up and let's go TS1 first this time. Try and make it as fair a test as we can. What was your favourite part of the fitting? Where's your cap from as well, by the way?
Oh, this is Laurel Valley.
Where's that?
In Pennsylvania.
Oh, right, interesting. Anyway, where was
it's a golf course owned by Arnold Palmer.
Oh, okay.
The late Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Given to me by the head pro.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Anyway, what was your favourite part of the fitting session? Was it the outcome, or...?
I think the outcome was good, but also it was good that the other James Robinson,
Titleist James Robinson, not me,
spent time going through looking at the different shafts, the different heads, and made me feel confident that when I went away I'd actually got the right one for me.
Yeah.
I mean, the TS1 is obviously not for every golfer.
No, absolutely not.
It proved that it's for the person with the 80 to 90 mile an hour club head speed.
Yeah. And you see a lot of that rings true for me. So when I did the big test comparing TS1, TS4, I think you could try and put a heavy shaft in the TS1, you could try and get it kind of low spinning, but it's just not for people with a high club head speed, just like you said. And for me, the big thing about custom fit and the big thing that Titleist did really well were showing you options that don't work, so kind of disproving things. Go and try a TS3, go and try a TS2, it might not work, it might work, but at least you can say that you've tried it. Where was that? Was that a little bit more heely?
Now off the toe.
Oh, okay.
So high.
Okay, so good shot hit with the TS1. There you go. Let's see what the G20 is packing. So how long have you been using the Ping G20 prior to the new TS1? Because you're not really someone who changes equipment that often, are you?
Probably 4 to 5 years.
Yeah? What did you use before that?
I've actually got a G25.
But you preferred the G20?
But I preferred the G20.
Nice.
Yeah.
From this angle, this fairway almost looks like the 18th Augusta with the trees. So for me, that's going to be more of a fair comparison and a fairer test than probably the last hole. There's going to be no trees in the way there, and would you say they're both pretty good shots?
I would say they were both
up there.
Probably as good as I get.
Yeah. And you see, one of the big things that I want people to get from this video, and I've just had a thought now, I might rename the video. I think high handicappers, mid to high handicappers, what are you off again?
I'm off 20 now because of me half time.
Yeah. So handicap's gone up to 20, and I think actually high handicappers can get a lot of gain from a good fitting, not just low handicappers, not just really good players. So we've got the G21 here, which has just made the fairway actually, which is a good hit on here because it's a fairly long hit to get to this fairway for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Especially from the, were we off the white tees there, weren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
I bet it was praying there, make sure you say white tees. And then here, albeit in the rough, that's an awful gnarly lie as well, is TS1. So you can't wait to hit more golf shots. We're probably a couple of yards in front. What would you say there? 5 yards, 10 yards?
5 yards, yeah.
But in fairness, you wouldn't want to be hitting this one, would you?
No.
So you see, there begs the big question, how much difference does 5 yards off the tee make? Obviously on the last hole, 15 yards, 20 yards makes a huge difference, and if you get that on average, that's going to make a massive difference as to what club you're hitting into the green. But 5 yards, how much difference does that really make over 18 holes? Not sure. That sounded good.
A bit pulled.
So there you're hitting a G20 fairway wood, am I right?
5 wood, yeah.
Would you consider getting custom fitted for having seen the benefit of a driver?
I'd like to try one, yeah.
Yeah?
I'd like to see the difference because
I suppose even if you see a small difference with the driver, and if you start to see like a bigger difference throughout the whole bag with the woods and even the irons, there's your big difference, isn't it?
yeah, because of my distance, I'm hitting my 5 wood a lot, so if I can actually gain 10 yards with my 5 wood, that's as good as improvement for me with the driver.
That's a really interesting point. That's probably a point that people don't see. Gaining distance throughout the bag is equally, if not more important, than just gaining distance off the tee. Right guys, so thinking about it logically, there's only one place to finish this video, and that is on the first hole here at Wortley Golf Club. So we're going to hit some more shots off this hole to finish. This is a fairly wide open hole, so you can really open the shoulders and try and hit them. You see, for me, when I get custom fit, I always have an air of confidence around me. I always feel like, yes, this is the right product for me, it's the right driver for me, so I've got no excuses now to hit a bad shot. Some people might call it a honeymoon period. I like to call it just an air of confidence. What did you find after leaving, not necessarily after leaving the fit, but after kind of getting this bad boy in the post? Did you feel a little bit more confident on the tee, or?
Yeah, I felt excited to go and try it, and then when I tried it and I found out it was like 15, 20, 25 yards further on a good hit.
In fact, I'll put the email on the screen now that you sent me.
Yeah.
Or was it a WhatsApp? WhatsApp, weren't it?
Email, I think.
Email. I'll put the email on the screen now of the first day you tried it. Because that's the big thing for you, isn't it? It's not, we're not trying to gain distance just to say hit it further. It's a necessity to then hit par 4 greens and play good golf. Swing.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of a leaky one to the right.
Yeah.
Right, last shot. If you can hit as good a swing as that G20. Now
Actually, that was a very similar strike.
Yeah. It was nearly an identical ball flight as well. It's just held its line a tiny bit better, just out towards that kind of red little tree there. But that is the miss on this hole, isn't it? So
yeah. I think you'll find it's gone further.
Yeah.
Come straight out the middle. That's the one.
You see, and the real interesting thing for me is, if I look at you to go for a fit-in, I'm not thinking 9.5 degree loft, I'm thinking maybe 10.5, 11.
Yeah.
Obviously they've fitted you into the 9.5 and then we've got it set at C3, so it's a tiny bit higher. It just goes to show that that kind of loft up movement isn't really there anymore. Here. Oh, minus the water bottle. And one up near the tree. So, which number is this? Is this the...
This is the G20.
Okay, so I'm going to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25 yards on that one, and they were both two very similar strikes. They weren't the best strike, but they were by no means the worst one I've seen him hit. And actually, because my dad is my dad, he had to hit another one because he wasn't quite happy with both of them. And that one's another 20 yards up there. Yep. That one, I heard you say afterwards, yes, that's the one. Yep. How often would you say you get that around? Once a year? But whereas...
About 2 or 3 times around.
But whereas with the mediocre shot that you've just hit there was still a 20-yard gain. I did not feel comfortable stood there then. That's a good shot there. See, and there you've just nearly hit, what's that club there?
6 iron.
6 iron, just short of the green. Albeit if you'd have hit 5 it'd have gone on, but... Yeah. So drive a 6 iron to a par 4 green.
I think I go back to the comment that I made when we were down at the Titleist Fitting Centre, that I'd never really aspired to hit a Titleist driver before. I always thought they were too difficult. But I do think Titleist are onto a winner here, and they've got a target market that really have stayed away from the club that's accessible to them with this driver.
Yeah, and it's the Buggy Brigade. Go on.
No. I don't mean number plate on.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, and that for me has hit the nail on the head there. The whole idea behind getting my dad fit for a new driver wasn't really to improve his golf, wasn't really to hit the driver further, but it was to get him enjoying it more. So if you're a high handicapper and you're thinking, should I go for a club fit, should I go for a driver fit, what am I going to gain? Absolutely, go and try it, go and see what you get, go and see if it can get you hitting it further, if it can get you playing golf, and albeit get you enjoying your golf more. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed that. Massive thanks to my dad for being such a good sport as well, because it's not always easy being on camera. Hit that like button if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow.
That's the one.